you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones Live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy just trying to make it, Marty McFly. Yes.
But I think you've already made it, Marty McFly. Yes, you have.
I made it where?
Okay, the fact that you are already Marty McFly, you usually say...
I'm still trying to make it in this
You're
thing
trying to make it, okay,
life,
got it.
Business and all that kind of stuff.
Don't watch me hiding that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, live life. It's all good.
I love it. So how you been, man?
I have been well. Going through, ups and downs with, I wouldn't say ups and downs with me, but business, with church, with everything, the going into the summer season. Been doing well, but just kind of flipping a lot. Because, right now I'm dealing with new people dying. People that have never died before, and they just coming out the woodwork and not even letting me know about it.
Okay, You just said.
Yeah.
You're working with people that have never died before. I think we all only die once.
Well, some people, you think they're dead, or it's like, I think the doctor be like, well, they got 24 hours to go, and then they stick around for like 6 months. Yeah. Those, okay.
But that's kind of a good thing if it's somebody you love or somebody you care about.
Not necessarily. And because hear me out.
Okay, I'm listening.
You have certain people that are so bad in health that the loved ones that are around them, they put so much stress on them. Where it's like you got to bathe them, you got to feed them. And this is kind of like, I can't leave out the house because I can't leave you alone. Yeah. And it's like, I love them, but I wish you just go here and
it's funny you say that transition. Because I do have, I don't want to say how they're related. We'll just call it a friend.
Yeah.
A friend of mine who is dealing with somebody they care about very deeply. And to be sensitive, the person their health that they're caring for has deteriorated a lot, and it's almost a full-time job taking care of the person. Okay. So we were having a conversation, and it kind of slipped out. They were like, "Okay, I just feel like it's time for him to go," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So you're like, and honestly, it would be a relief because the person really does not have. His faculties of you don't have a quality of life. I was trying to think of the word, but it's not a good quality of life.
Yes.
And because the person doesn't have a good quality of life, it's causing the caregiver to be like kind of all on call 24 hours.
And
but it's not with somebody you can communicate 100% there because they're not 100% there mentally. But what's funny is that me and my kids had the conversation the other day, and I said, listen, if I'm at a point where I can't communicate, y'all can go ahead and take.
Just put you down. Just take you on out. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be best for everybody.
I mean, that's not exactly what the way I meant it. I'm saying, like have parameters in place to where if it's that time, it's that time, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean?
Do not resuscitate, put
That's the word. Right. Boy, are you picking up all the words that I'm trying to think of today?
I've been dealing with people that are dying all the time. In this situation.
Yeah, in this season, right.
In this season. I'm serious, and it's, this is a public service announcement.
Yes.
Please take care of your stuff. Yes. So it's not just left on to everybody else that is around you. Because I'm dealing with someone who had a wonderful life insurance, but he didn't sign over to anybody being the beneficiary.
But you have to, you don't have to, but generally, okay, you don't have to, but that's part of the paperwork when you buy life insurance is to name who your beneficiary is.
But if your job pretty much gives it to you,
okay, I see what you're saying.
You fill it out in your job application, and it's like, well, I ain't got nobody that I'm close to or whatever. I'm just leave that blank for now.
So in a situation like that, where does the money go? Does it go to a charity or something like that?
Nope, it goes back to that company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it goes back. I'm saying it's not claimed. It's not. Yeah. And it can't be sent to anybody. Now, you can go through legal procedures if you are a next of kin or something of that nature. But some of that is just too long. It takes too much time and takes too much money.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are trying to raise money to just put them in the ground.
Yes.
And it's like going to that company and then trying to go to court and all that stuff. You got a week and a half. You don't got time for it.
Yeah.
So, make sure you just have your stuff together. Even if you don't have anybody.
Yeah.
If you have a relationship with a church, not mine necessarily, but if you have a relationship with a church, sign the stuff over to someone at the church to say, hey, this is what I want, my who, what, when, and where, this is what I want to be buried at, stuff like that.
Okay. You guys, that actually is a good public service announcement.
Yes.
It really is.
Get your together.
So what I was going to say is what's going on in the world that you'd like to kind of chat about?
See, it's so much in the world that I could chat about.
Yeah.
That, sometimes I don't want to date the show, to talk about the current things that's going on.
I don't mind dating, but, I was going to challenge you on that.
Okay.
Not challenge you, but talk to you about that.
Yes.
Because some of my favorite content that I'm following right now, for those of you who don't know that, there's a lot of content that I follow that leans a little rightish, so to speak. Especially...
You said right-ish.
Right-ish.
Right.
So, like pertaining to, gender roles, conservative values, faith, family, that kind of thing.
Right.
But also kind of the way things are going right now, specifically in our community, and us looking at, maybe going in a different direction, not because the other side is so much better, because I think both sides are corrupt, but because what we're doing is not working. So I don't mind us talking a little bit about what's going on in popular society right now, or in society right now, because I think those are things that need to be talked about. Plus, I feel like it's necessary. And going back to some of the content that I really like to consume, they are actually not just talking about general things, they're talking about current events.
Okay.
And so
beating around the bush, what you want to talk about? I'm saying you just took a good minute to talk about what you want to talk about without talking about it. And it's like you got
because
too much
I know
time.
there's a part of me that's like, he doesn't really want to talk about this, but it's something
you talking
that,
about the president being indicted?
That's exactly what no, let me tell you why.
How do you feel about that? Because I know it upsets you. So
no, it does not upset me. What upsets me is people blindly following somebody. And there's clear evidence. It'll be different. Like if I worked for IBM, or Apple. I worked for Apple, right? And I had top secret, content data that I was not supposed to take home to my house, right?
Right.
Not only do I take it home, I don't even put it someplace secure. I got it sitting by the toilet and in a closet, in my bathroom and stuff like that. But yet this same person who I don't agree with on a lot. Some stuff I do as a business person, I do agree with, but I just don't understand how people on the far right can sit there and act like this guy has not done anything wrong. But on the same token, I'm looking at people on the far left that are like, Biden 2024. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, we gotta, things have to change. In order for our country to get better, we need new people. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Okay, yeah. If we could tackle one issue at a time.
Yes, sir.
I would say, I think it's something wrong with our legal system that if you, attempt a coup on the American, then you shouldn't be, able to run for president after that. And I think if you're fighting legal things of being indicted for a couple of different cases of things like that while you was in the presidency and stuff that you've done outside, I don't think that you should be eligible to run again.
Right.
That in itself, I think is a problem.
Right. I do too. And there's documented issues.
Right.
It's not like.
Now,
here's what they do. Okay. I'm gonna let you speak after this, but this is what they do. The left will hear all this horrible stuff about Trump, right?
Right.
Which, admittedly, that stuff needs to be brought out.
Yeah, and most of it.
But then it is true. But then they act like they don't know anything about Clinton's background, Biden's background, Hunter Biden's laptop, and they just kind of go, that doesn't happen.
Time out. It's a little different, I think, when you get a mob and attack the Capitol.
That is true.
Then Bill Clinton, he had some things.
Okay,
going
I'm
talking
about business deals and stuff like that.
Okay, and you didn't try to take over the government and
exactly.
try to kill the vice president.
That is true.
I think that's a little
different.
a little bit different.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So
I'm just saying there's dirt on both sides, and why can't we find candidates that don't have all this stuff?
You got dirt on both, but some people got molehills. I'm saying like mountains of dirt.
Yeah.
And other ones got some. I'm saying like I bet Obama had some things that people weren't happy about. In his past.
I love Barack.
Right. And see, then that goes back to kind of what you had just started with. Why can't these people not support him? After all this stuff that he's done, they just refuse to.
You cannot sit here and say Barack Obama did something that as big as either one of these people.
Here's the thing. I don't believe that, but at the same time, is there anything that can be said about Obama that make me change my viewpoint on him?
No. Well, I mean, for me, it would have to be a whole lot,
right,
because
so it's the same
he
thing.
is the one president to have no scandal, no kind of craziness following him around. Him and his family were pillars of class.
Yes.
You didn't hear him running around doing all kind of crazy stuff with women, with a girl side chick or something like that. None of that. And I just feel like, why can't we get back, whether it's right or left, to picking men of integrity, women of integrity to lead this country?
Because it's hard to find them. Just hands down, it's hard to find them. I'm saying, like they said, Obama was a unique
unicorn. I don't believe that. I don't. Because you're a good man.
But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? If
Marty,
I
yes, you are.
I'm saying this,
you're a good person.
Understand this, in politics, they can bring up anything about your past.
Yes, they can.
They will bring up your taxes. Yeah. They would bring up
that's why I came from.
I'm just saying, they're you had 5 driving citations, so that means that you do not care about
respect the law.
Right, you don't respect it. They will bring up everything. I'm saying, why are they talking about this man's son's laptop? Who he's not in politics.
But because
he's not in there. And is he making any rules for the United States? It is something to make you say, well, Biden, something's wrong with Biden because his son got a laptop.
No, it wasn't just his son having a laptop.
It deflects.
It was the content on it, and it was the way it was covered up. It was, how are you getting your son these backroom deals, getting jobs, making $1 million, $2 million a year with these foreign companies when he's just writing off of your name and you're sanctioning it?
I wonder, in the legacy of Doni Jones,
yes,
do you think any of your kids are going to benefit from you doing this show?
That is a difference. They'll benefit, but if they're doing wrong, I will call them out on it. So,
if you didn't know, she owns a tree service, Don's Tree Service, here in Atlanta.
Yes.
And her people.
You know what? We're gonna take a quick break.
I was trying to.
Whatever. I do own Don's Tree Service here in Atlanta, Georgia. Our company number is 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. I'll say a little bit about that when we come back. But you're listening to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady,
and I am that guy, Marty McFly.
When the weather starts to change, the rents start to fall, who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
If it's looking kinda weak and it's looking kinda bleak, who a tree specialist call?
Don's Tree Service.
If the trees in your yard are just too tall, who you gonna call?
Don's Tree Service.
Hey everybody, it's me, Wanda Smith, and I'm here with some great information. I don't know if you know, but it's hurricane season, and it's a great time for you to think about having trees removed before one fall on your home. That's something you don't want to happen. Listen, I called Don's Tree Service on a Monday. They were here in just a few days. The price was right, the staff was right, and I'm happy with everything they've done. So hey, if I were you, I would sit down with my family and talk about having trees removed before the hurricane comes and hit your home.
If you want more information about your trees, call Don's Tree Service, 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE.
Marty McFly. Now, if you've listened to the show, there's not a secret. I'm a minister. I'm actually a pastor of a church, a wonderful church in East Point, Georgia, called St. Mark Lutheran Church. And what I want to do is invite you to one of our services or any of our services. See, our service is online on YouTube and it's free. You ain't got to pay for it. You ain't even got to do offering. But I invite you to share with me in worship, and just check it out. If you like it, subscribe. And you can actually send me a message or a question. But it's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer. You can actually log on right now and have church with me. That's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer.
Hi, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Doni Jones entitled From Failure to Fabulous. Available now on Amazon and DoniJonesLive.com.
And
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady, hanging out with
that guy, Marty
McFly. I love it when you say that.
I got a situation that.
Okay, what's your situation?
And this is a church situation, seriously. Okay. And if they're watching, maybe they get the message.
Okay.
But no, I have a situation where I have an employee at my church.
Okay.
That has been asking for a key to the church. And I have an issue with that, and I don't want to give it to them because I don't trust them.
I feel you on that.
But
hold on, time out, Marty. People watch this show and they can see it online.
It's funny.
They can see because
disclosure, okay? For any of y'all that are watching this online, do a 30-second rewind. And you would hear me say, I hope they're watching this so they might get the
message. You did? Okay.
You see how people did this? You're looking at me talking to me.
I heard you say that. No, I heard, but I'm like, how was I going to make them? Okay, go ahead.
No. Maybe it explains, sometimes, okay. But because here's the thing. I don't trust them because they tell me too many little white lies.
Yeah.
And that to me speaks louder than anything else.
Yeah.
Like they'll tell me, we forgot the keyboard at the house and we got to run back to the, and it's like, I know you did.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
And, you just basically late for church.
Yeah.
And then it'll be, and this is crazy. And understand that sometimes I'm liberal with my congregation of people that I work with, okay? And I don't judge them, but at the same time, I have to hold them accountable.
Absolutely.
But one time, I'm counseling and working with one of my members' boyfriend, okay?
Yeah.
Counseling him or whatever. And they give him a call and say, hey, you want to do something before we go to church tonight? And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm hearing this.
You can hear it, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then later on, I kind of say, hey, I need you to come to church sober. I need you to come.
Yeah.
And I've never come under the influence of anything. No, not me. And it's like, you don't realize I was sitting.
See, but that's the thing, though. People lose consciousness of how easy it is to overhear a conversation or to think they're being slick.
Right.
Not knowing who's in the room.
Who's in the room.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's kind of like, for y'all that may not know, I'm African American.
Yes,
and I've been this for a long time.
A long time.
And sometimes you can smell BS. Yes, and it's like,
absolutely.
It's obvious BS.
Yeah.
You're not even trying to pretend.
Yeah.
And you're just lying. So then they turn around and say, can I get a key to the church?
No.
Because and it's like,
no, I'm good. No. Okay, well, I guess it is good that he's hearing this. But on another subject, not to segue. No. No, because, we're always trying to bring value.
But I was asking for your advice.
Okay, my advice would be to do what you just did and be honest.
Yeah.
No, but be honest. And I think that's what, I guess that's what's itching me right now. It's like, there's like a lack of integrity or I love the fact that you're calling this situation out. And I know you'll probably talk to him in person.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like now people are afraid to have hard conversations.
Oh, yeah.
And I was always taught that if you're a leader, you have to get very comfortable having uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
And I think right now in the world, we are uncomfortable having uncomfortable conversations, which is allowing people to go down a road that isn't necessarily healthy for them, and it's not healthy for society. You know, like today I had a meeting, right? And you know, I always talk about how I'm blessed to have some incredible people on our team. So there's certain things markers that we want to meet, and so we set a standard a few months ago about certain things that we want done. So I brought this up to our sales team, and one of the people on the team was like, well, you know, I happen to be related to her. Well, you know, if we're not doing this, then maybe we shouldn't expect that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to lower my standard. No. I'm not going to lower my standard. These things need to be done so that these things can be in place. Right. And I think in society right now, we're afraid to call out things that we need to be called out on. Yeah. For example, with education. I was always taught that sometimes we as black people have to work twice as hard to get half as far. Now, I don't think that's fair, but it also taught me you got to have a really good work ethic, right? Right. Yes. Well, now we have a society of people that have flipped the script where it's like, well, you know, I don't really want to work that hard, but yet I still want to make the same pay. Right. Or more in cases.
I had
a
friend of mine that lost his job because of that same thing. Come in late and like to leave early. Yeah, that kind of thing. Understand, well, why did you let me go? Why didn't y'all pay me? Why didn't y'all and it's like, do you understand your role in this? Absolutely. You know, that if you're trying to cut corners all of the time, people see that. Yeah, but and not only they don't have that. Go ahead. No, go ahead. But it's like I don't have a commitment to an employee that is kind of like I know you just here for the check, which I understand we all need to eat. We all need to eat. Yeah, but if it's trying my best to do as little as I can, but get paid as much as I can, right, and then complain about everything. And it's usually those are the ones that complain about everything. There you go. You go. Yeah. It's too hot. We working too long. We ain't get. Can I get my check now? You got 3 more hours before we off. You know, can I get my check though now? I know it ain't Friday. Right. I know it ain't Friday. And it's kind of like you want to say, here you go. Yeah. But in your opinion, because you do work with people, and guys, if this is of value to you, if you're getting some out of this, please give us a call at 1-888-349-DONI. That's 1-888-349-DONI. But more importantly, we also want you to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. So if you're checking us out on YouTube, please go to that subscribe button, hit subscribe, and also kind of hit the notifications too. So and share it. And if you're just watching us on TV right now, then you can, when you get to your computer or your iPhone, you can do that then. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. Yeah. So we need to do more of that, man. But going back to what you were saying. I can tell you lost your train of thought because I wasn't saying anything. You was about to bring something up, and then you went to the public service announcement of I did. I was going to say something. Okay, so anyway. But anyway, don't lower your standards. I don't know what I'm going to say. Don't lower your standards. And take your ginkgo biloba and don't lower your standards. Don't lower your standards, and then at the same time, be professional as much as you can. I got actually a good chewing out by a client the other day. A really good chewing out. Yeah. Because they explained to me, because I had some other people producing for me. And what would happen is the other people would produce, send me the product, and I would kind of glance at it and just send it you didn't look all the way through to the client. Yeah. And so when the client sees it, he's like, okay, I got problems with X, Y, Z, and this, Y, that. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it is kind of messed up. Let me send it back to the, and so he kind of treated me up saying like, hey, I put my faith in you. Yes. All right. I need you to give me what I expect. You know, I don't need to tell you that this is wrong, so you to go back and tell them. You know, hold yourself accountable because this is your brand. This is your name. This is your name. And I, you know, and at the same time, I received that. Not in one of those like, oh, this brother trying to, but it's like, no, I accepted that and I received that, and that was a learning lesson for me. So I fired that producer and realized that I needed to be more adamant on, you know, my production work. Yeah, you know, absolutely. So because I have a few different producers, of course. You know, one of them great one that produces our show, Taz Southern.
Yeah.
Give him
And he's out of Canada too. He's a good guy.
Yes, great guy.
Really good guy.
Oh, dang it.
What?
I'm being like you. I'm gonna take care of you too, brother. But no, it's about being professional and helping everyone and well, just holding yourself to a standards and not allowing your standards to drop.
Yeah.
And I think when I was passing that along, his production along, I was dropping my professionalism because a lot of times I am real kind of anal about, okay, this needs to be this, this needs to be that.
That actually reminds me of what I was going to say.
Okay.
Okay, so in a work environment, you have a situation where, in my case, I had a certain thing that I wanted done, a certain numbers that I wanted to hit, right? Mm-hmm. Well, somebody mentioned, well, maybe you shouldn't expect them to hit those numbers if they're not hitting this number. And I said, no, we're not going to lower our standard, And I just think it's interesting when, and I've got great people, so I know that they'll hit their numbers.
Those
I know
two that she's talking about.
they're great people. So, but I do know that there have been situations where I've talked to other entrepreneurs that they'll change their expectations.
Yeah.
Because their people aren't rising to the occasion, but then if their people don't rise to the occasion, the people still expect the same paycheck.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So say you're making $20 an hour, your boss asks you to do a certain amount of work, you say, oh, well, that's just outside my comfort zone. So then the boss goes, okay, well, I'll expect less of you, but yet you expect the same paycheck. I think there's a problem with that.
There's a problem with that.
There's a problem with that. But anyway, I just want to offer you, if you are a business owner, don't lower your standards. Raise the quality of the people that you've got. And once again, like I said, I've got great people, so I'm blessed to have that. Which kind of brings me to, feeling blessed that I have good people, and blessed that, people in my team that, we can have these kind of challenging conversations and they go, okay, bam, let's do that,
Yeah.
And speaking of being blessed, do you have a few words?
Oh. Right, because we changed the segment of the format.
I just figured you might do a little something.
Like I just always got one in my pocket. No,
absolutely.
I will. If I had to just throw one out, I would say this. Interesting enough. Quick little tidbit. When we say goodbye, that's really abbreviated from saying, God be with you. It's interesting.
I did not know that.
One thing that I would say is, the New Testament of the Bible and all these miracles that you see Jesus do and all this, or that you read about Jesus doing, 90% of those was based on the other person's faith. It wasn't about his, he didn't say, my power has made you whole, or my power has given you
He said, your faith.
Your faith has made you well.
That's so good.
So it's like what you're going through right now. If you have the faith, you can achieve. If it's your health, and if we took this out of the spiritual aspect or the biblical aspect, we know the laws of nature of like what you manifest, what you think about, you can bring into the own existence. Even your own bodily healing. Think about it. Have that faith that it will achieve, even in your business or whatever you're in. Have faith that it's going to work, and it will.
I like that.
Yes.
And if you're in the Atlanta area and you want somebody to take care of your trees on good faith, meaning we're going to do a great job for you, not for free, but we're going to do a good job for you, give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. I am the owner of Don's Tree Service, Atlanta's preferred tree care company. So thank you for watching Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly, owner of Vast Media. And we will talk to you later.
Yeah.